Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? All right. Sorry, I'm trying to do a couple of last second things here before we get started. Tonight is what I've been calling Blitz Night. I'm pretty excited about it. Blitz is one of those things that I've not played a ton of, but I've really been trying to work on lately to try and improve myself as a player and just make me better rounded. So I'm going to start off with Chain and Blitz tonight, and then I think I'm going to play Dash later. I'm stuck between Dash or Prism, so if you want to see either one of those, just let me know in the chat, and I'll be happy to play either one. But I was leaning towards playing Dash. I was actually trying to finish up my list here before I started. Before I started the stream here, but I found a pretty cool chain list that looks pretty well put together. No, that's not what I want. Copy deck link. I haven't played Chain in a while, but I'm kind of excited to play it because I like Chain and he's a really good hero. He was very powerful. I mean, obviously so much so that he got hit with the old LL in Classic Constructed. But we'll see what happens. Oh, that's going to have to go away. I can't listen to that all night. So against Oldham, we probably want to go first. Carrying Husk, Crown, Spellbound Creepers. And then we have our 40 cards. Let's see. Our hand is a little odd. So let's see. You may play Riftbind from your Banish Zone. Gets +X. I'm kind of thinking that we pitch the Command and Conquer and the Shrill. We'll make a Soul Shackle, and then I'll go ahead and pass to Arsenal here. And we'll put the Riftbind. Hey, Nathaniel, thanks for the like, buddy. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Natty Ice? How are you, buddy? Ah. Yeah, we're gonna have to put. We're going to have to put something on the bottom here. Let's put the Riftbind on the bottom. I was like, so we get 2 Frostbites from that. Now, it's a good way to save damage. Soul Shackle hits. We hit a Shadow Averser. Alright, so this is kind of where the problem with me not playing Chain in a while comes in with. Let's go. Art of War, pitching Bounding Demagon, nothing left. We'll go Banish and let's see, banish an attack action card to draw 2 cards, and then I guess we'll pick Go Again. And I'm gonna banish an Unhallowed Rites. Now that'll be really good next turn. So it's the next thing gets Go Again. So I mean, huh. So we're gonna play. Sorry, I'm trying to work through my turn here. So we get to go. So we play Plunder Run. We play Unhallowed Rites for 4, go again. If it hits, we draw a card. And then we play Shadow Averser, banishing the Bounty Demagon. Then we play the Bounty Demagon, Arsenal the Art of War. Doesn't seem bad. Well, I guess we're not arsenaling the Art of War. Yeah, I don't mind this. This seems okay. So it's 4 go again because of the Art of War. Picking go again is actually something that's really good. So I will pay that so that this can keep go again. It's definitely taking me a moment to get back into the concept of So this is fine. Yeah, it's just taking me a second to remember all the chain lines. I
Definitely should have made a Soul Shackle right there. Wasn't even thinking. Like, yeah, see, again, I'm going through all of the things that that I just haven't picked up on from not playing in a minute. So I put a bunch of reds on the bottom, or I went blue red. So this is for 10. So Shadow Puppetry. Bounding Demagon. Shackle, Revel, Pitch Captain's Call. Yeah, we'll go to 9 here. Probably not the best option in the world, but so we're gonna play Shadow Averser, banishing Bounding Demagon, and then we're gonna play Shadow Puppetry. It's +1 go again. So this is going to be for 3. 3 with go again. And then I'm going to pay 1 to play Revel. Yeah, they think they're going to shut our turn down here, but they're not. It's actually kind of nice. So he pitched Pulse here to try and stop multiple things. No, because I can't. Okay, so this is fine. We'll just let this happen. We'll put Captain's Call back on top, and then we'll just... Arsenal the Rebel here. Soul Reaping, okay. I can't draw cards during my action phase. Crazy part's I didn't get to make a Soul Shackle last turn either, so let's see. With one or less. You may banish one or more cards, and if you do, gain resources for each card that has Blood Debt. So the only thing we can banish is... The only thing we even have the option of banning is, or banishing, is Invert Existence. So if I block with Grasp, Captain's Call, I can go... Actually, if I block with Grasp, I take 6, go to 2, and then I get to... Yeah, this just does not feel good here. Hey, Andrew, thanks for the like, buddy. I appreciate it. Man, none of this feels good here. I mean, am I just blocking 7? Taking 1, make a Rune Chant, come in for 2 and 1? Yeah, there might have been a better line there, but it was not me that was finding it. It was going to be somebody else. So we'll make a Soul Shackle, and then we'll come in for 2 and 1. I mean, like, this is not very threatening at all, and we are taking Blood Debt. So I'm just going to pass here. So it's going to be a 9-point turn, because they're going to pick Go again, and then they're probably going to hammer us. Okay, so play Captain's Call. This does not feel good. I am a lot worse with Chain than I remember. Not that that's really uberly surprising. Like, Chain is, in my opinion, not an easy deck to play. Make a Soul Shackle and pass. Whew. We'll just block 8 and go to 3 here. Hopefully we flip over. Yeah. We'll make a Soul Shackle here and then go to 1. And then we somehow have to manage to take nothing and crash the boards here for a lot of damage. It doesn't feel super likely, but we're going to see what we can make happen. This is probably a pummel. It is a pummel. I mean, I was like, pummel, we're dead too, but well, I think we had to take a chance there that we could try to win the game because we're going to die to Blood Debt next turn. Man. All right. Well, Chain's going to take a lot more thought than I remember it taking. I also played a lot of Chain back then, so it was a little different. Testing Dash special. All right. Well, we'll play Chain against Dash. I don't really feel like it's probably a great matchup, but we'll see. And then, yeah, we definitely want this set up. Yep, we'll see what happens. Oh, and 1 to start the league off, to start our games off. I think I've gotten really used to. I've just gotten really used to playing with Viserai, which plays so much differently than Chain. So I think I just honestly, like, if I'm gonna like become better at like Blitz Chain, I'm gonna have to sit down and like reteach myself all the lines, because I'm definitely sitting here taking for granted how much I played Chain and how much easier it was back in the day. Okay. Well, I'm glad our opponent took it back before I could decide how I wanted to block. Let's go ahead and block with the grasp. Oh boy. Convection amplifier on snatch plus razor reflex to start the turn, to start the game. It'd be a heck of a time to have a why did they snapdragons? Razor gives it go again. Target attack action with 1 or less gets +2, and if it hits, this attack gains go again. Yeah, like, don't really understand there, but who am I to judge? Critical strike for 6, dominate. Alright, well, this feels like a good... So I can block... Four, take 2. I'm going to leave the cards in my hand, and this way I have a blue and I get to draw a couple of cards here. Well, I got blown out and lost my husk here because my opponent had double razor reflex to start the turn. Not something I was expecting to have to say. Alright, well, so we're going to go... Alright, we can go Captain's Call, or I mean, I'm sorry, we play the Mauvrian Skies, play Riftbind, and then Thorn, and then we Arsenal the Plunder run and try to have a bigger turn. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is by no means the kind of turn we wanted to start out with. I guess the only upside of their turn is that they have no item in play and they have 0 they have 0 equipment left, so that's kind of cool. The fun part about Shackles that I forgot about is that it gives Thorn go again, so I can technically do something after this if I wanted to, which is pretty fun. I'm just going to Arsenal the Plunder run, try to have a bonkers turn here. Ravenous Rabble. Alright, so Sting of Sorcery is probably a good pitch card, so we play Plunder run, we go Shadow, Banishing Bounding Demagon, and then we make a Shackle, Bounding Demagon for 4, off pitching, or... And I guess I could actually just block. Embolism. Okay, well, we're definitely going to block that one. I've already blocked twice with that? Yeah, so I mean, it's going to get go again regardless. So we play Plunder Run, we play Shadow Averser, Banishing Bounty Demagon, Soul Shackle, Bounty Demagon, make a Rune Chant, and then Thorn. Yeah, I really don't want to have to give up like an on-hit effect here, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm curious to know what they decide here. Like, if they do anything with Coax a Commotion. Like, a Quicken is fine with me. Yeah, so they just actually did nothing. We hit a Swarming Gloomveil. That's not great. So, we're going to go Plunder Run. Banish Bounty Demagon. So we're coming in for 5 go again, on hit draw card. They might just be taking damage here to take damage. No. We'll make a Shackle. We'll Bounding Demagon for 4 here with go again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I am struggling to think through the thought processes of playing Chain right now. But if I'm just being 100% honest, I think they might just be trying to block and fatigue us or something. And then we'll come in for 5. We put our opponent to 7. They have nothing to do. We go to 2. And we need to hope for a bigger turn here. We completely whiff. Okay, so if we go Captain's Call for +2 into Shackle, Ghostly Visit, Swarming Gloomveil, Rosetta Thorn, and we actually need to be able to play the Bounding Demagon here. So we'll play Captain's Call. We'll pick Go again. We'll Bounding Demagon for 2 because we have to get that out of our banished or we're just going to die. So this is 2 go again because of the Captain's Call. Because Captain Call says 1 or less. Yeah, and that costs 0. We're going to Shackle. We're going to come in with a Ghostly Visit. 4 go again. Then we're going to come in for 3 go again. And then we're going to come in for 2 and 2. Now, the cool thing about the way our deck is set up is that our opponent's deck does not block for anything. Because this is an aura, right? Token aura, yeah. I was like, this counts for go again. They didn't think it had go again, but it does because Shackle counts. And they just died to the Arcane. Alright, well, we end up getting the second game.
GG's to our opponent. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought we were in danger a little bit after the first turn there. Was a little bit of a scary spot to be in with where we were at. Dash looking for Phi. All right, well, I'm definitely not playing against a brand new player. I don't really like. I don't want to say I don't have the patience for that because I would like to help anybody get into the game and better themselves, but I don't have the patience for that. Not when I'm trying to test and like try to increase the overall like arc of how far my game stretches. Playing chain, I see. Yeah, man. I've been trying to incorporate more blitz into my gameplay, and just like I think it's going to make me a better, well-rounded player to play blitz more regularly because I haven't in the past because I think it's a very high rolly format. If you just stopped by, Billy, I lost my tunic, or not my tunic. I lost my carrion husk on turn 0 to a dash who was not boosting, and I didn't block with it. So. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, with Worlds being like a pretty well-rounded format, I'm trying to make it all make everything more well-rounded. Man, some of these dash decks that I'm finding for Blitz are just wild. Wait, what? Yeah, dude, it was a whole thing, honestly. Like he had Convection Amplifier to start the game, and then he had activate it to dominate a snatch and to Razor Reflex me for 6. And I was like, okay. So Null Rune, Tunic for resources. I mean, I think the good news is that Chain can grind quite a bit, so yeah, dude, it was wild to say the least. So I think this is a hand to push through a good amount of damage because I can Artivore for +1 and go again. And then I can Nimblism, Ghostly Visit, and then I can Rosetta Thorn. Or I can Shackle, Nimblism, Ghostly Visit, and then Thorn, and then Arsenal the Artivore. We bopping tonight? I've given it my best, dude. I'm trying with everything I got to bop tonight. Yep, we'll come in for 7, go again. It's, I won't say easy, but it's doable to fatigue Icelander, so it's definitely worth a thought to be on the trying to fatigue Icelander plan. Part of me is so tempted to just say +1 and go again. Just to push through a point, but that just feels so unnecessary. Do they only have 1 AB on the Metacarpus nodes? Interesting. Oh, we took a Wounded Bull out of their hand? I mean, I know they get to like redraw back up and whatnot, but I would say that's a pretty decent hand. This hand is not great. Yeah, this is honestly a very awkward hand. This is not a great hand. Hopefully we hit something we can play. Hit a Swarming Gloomveil, of course. So let's go Artivore pitching this, and we'll go...
So we'll go banish and draw 2. And we'll go buff, honestly. Wow. That's so bad. Like, that is so bad. I am honestly a little taken back right here to see that. Okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than it happens. Like, straight up. I don't know. I never had that happen to me playing Chain before, but I mean, anything's possible. The worst part here is that we couldn't even activate the, like, we didn't have Grasp to activate. No, I'm just not going to pay. There's no reason because I'm not doing anything else after this, so. And I'm going to put the Plunder Run in Arsenal because I would love to be able to draw cards here on our next turn to like really try and put the pressure on our opponent. Really got to hope our shackles are good to us here. The picked mode is go again. I'm going to pay by pitching this. We got 2 shackles coming. Alright, so I hit a Shadow Averser. I don't even think this is worth playing their Plunder Run for. Yeah, this is tough. Alright, let's lead on the Shadow Puppetry. Play Shadow Puppetry and hopefully not get blown out. I thought I fixed this yesterday. Okay. So our opponent plays Ether Hell. I mean, let's see. So Shadow Puppetry, I'm going to need to play around the Frostbite, which means I'm going to need 2 to activate this. So if I use Tunic, I can pitch this to block both of it. Yep, and I'm forced to take this. We'll spend 1 to play the Shadow Averser for 3 here, and then I'll turn around and Thorn for 2 and 2 here. They go to 13. I mean, they're probably just going to go to 11. Like, they're winning the race, all things considered. Like, this was not a good start. Like, the having no attacks was really bad. So they just Arsenal and pass, and then they have a chance to respond to the 3 Soul Shackles if they wish. Malverian Skies, Unhallowed Rites, and Shrill. So let's go Shadow Puppetry. Pitch Sting of Sorcery to play on Hallowed Rites for 8 on hit, draw a card. This is a really solid turn. I believe all day. You love to hear it, Ben. I appreciate that unwavering support. Alright, so our opponent blocks 8. We're going to go Shackle. Vexing Malice for 1 and 2. Now, they'll block this with one of the cards in their hand. This kind of feels like this is just one of those turns where they're going to block with Tunic here. Interesting, to keep both the cards in their hand. Interesting. And then we'll come in for 2 and 2 here, and we'll keep the Howl to put in Arsenal. I mean, I guess we're not going to keep it to put in Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So they go to 9, then they'll go to 7. We're just 3 points behind them here. Hashtag mustache power. Thanks, man. Oh, man. We had a hand with no attacks, and now we have a hand with all attacks. All right, well... Sheesh. We kind of need to be able to do it all here, so we have to pitch our blue to play Howl from Beyond to really be able to do anything here. We Howl from Beyond, we Shackle, we go Bounding Demigon for 6, and then we play... And then we use Rosetta Thorn, and then we can play... Yeah, one's an attack action because they have Wounded Bulls in there. We know for sure. No, what does Soul Shackle say? Create a Soul Shackle token. Your next Runeblade or Shadow action this turn gains Go Again, Go Again. Alright. So we play Howl from Beyond. We Shackle. Bounding Demigon for 6 Go Again. I mean, it's very possible that our opponent just kills us here. This isn't in our hand, is it? I didn't think so. It's just not showing it the right way at the current moment, so I thought maybe it was in our hand. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? So they take 2. I'm curious to see how they play this because they haven't played anything yet, and if they let it get 2 out of hand, I can just invert them. Like, Invert Existence is such a good card. Like, I just wish that was a Runeblade instant. Could you imagine how broken that card would be as just a Runeblade instant? As opposed to a... Ew, no. So it's going to be 5. So I'm forced to pitch both my cards here. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we'll prevent 2, go to 1, and then they're going to activate Waning Moon and kill us. Like, can I pitch this? Lol. No. Yep. I don't know. I think we had a decent... Like, I think we had a decent shot at winning that game if we didn't completely whiff on the, do I want to go first or second here? If we didn't completely whiff on the Art of War turn, I think we're in a decent spot that game. Big frowns indeed, my friend. I thought we were going to get there. I'm going to go second. I want tempo. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm more inclined to go second when I think my opponent's playing an aggro deck, even if I'm playing a deck that wants to, like, use shackles to set up and things. But needed more Terran? Dude, always need more Terran. Always need more Terran. I thought they were pistoling me. I was like, interesting. This person's also playing Vest of the First Fist and Iron Rot Helmet. Alright, so this is just budget. Okay, so we can Shadow Puppetry, Shrill Assault Skullthorn for 5, and Shackle Thorn. Or we can take our chance on Art of War. I think I'd rather have the Art of War for next turn. The next attack action card you play this turn. Wow, that is just... The fact that it's just, like, it's any attack action is just so good. I don't think Shrill is... Oh, man. We hadn't created an aura. The Doi. In my head, like, I was playing Viscerai, and that was going to be a 2 for 5 right here, but this... Oh, man. That was not good. Now... I do still get to come in for Thorn here, so I mean this is a 7-point turn. Oh. Huh, that's weird. I wonder why the bot was supposed to register there. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll have to look and see why they didn't register the whole sponsor thing. So I turned Nightbot off and started using a bot that is supposed to like encompass the like the whole, like, every platform, not just like not just Twitch, and Twitch is like not Nightbot only. So I'm curious to know if that it has something to do. Way to go, Restream bot. I mean, yeah, honestly, like, that's... I was fumbling with that last night. I was... So this is for 5. Yeah, so I was fumbling with the bots last night trying to get them figured out. And I fumbled with them this afternoon. And I got it to where all of my alerts are coming through to my channel, to my OBS now. But this is all just such a work in progress. And I feel like everybody who watches me stream is getting to see that every single time I stream. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Husk here. Like... I'm missing out on 1 point, which sucks a little bit, but at the same time, like, it's a 5 cost that I needed to block an equipment with. I forgot to make a shackle last turn. Good lord. I am all over the place. Alright, so my opponent did not break Vested of First Fist. You'll get it, buddy? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Everybody online always makes this look so easy. Lol. Yeah, so I mean, this is for what, 7? Yeah, I'm just going to go to 10 here because I can pick Go Again and I can pick Go Again here and Banish to draw some cards. I've gotten to watch Kyle fiddle with some of the stream stuff. I know it takes a bit to pick up new stuff. Yeah, dude, honestly, some of it is... It's tough some days. Like some of it's just honestly like tough to figure out and fumble through. Now it might be easier for somebody who's just like more inclined with computers and stuff. So I really want to banish Riftbind because like any non-attack action is just so good. So it's the next non-attack action I play gets Go Again. So I'm going to play Howl from Beyond. Going to play Riftbind with Go Again off of the Artivore for 7. I get the Shackle Ghostly Visit, and then I get to Rosetta Thorn. So Shackle, Ghostly Visit, they're debating whether they want to block this. I mean, to be fair, like throwing their like helmet here is not a bad plan. Okay, so they throw a red zipper hit. I'm intrigued to see them throw a red zipper hit here. Zipper hit is definitely one of the cards, like red zipper hit is like one of the best cards in Dash in my opinion. It's 1 for 5. Like the value on it is just like so naturally very good in my opinion. But to each their own, I suppose. So this is for 6. So I have Plunder Run, Artivore for +1, and Go Again, and then I get to Bounding Demigon, and then I get to Revel Thorn them. So they're probably dead here. I'm not even going to... I'm not even going to, like, crown anything. Like, there's just no point to crowning anything here. But I ain't worried about it right now. I mean, maybe if I have to block with something, I'm blocking with the Revel. Because the rest of my turn is just naturally pretty good. Oh, they're playing Teklo-Core here. Yeah, like, thanks for playing... Like, I can't imagine the game is not over here, especially after hitting another Bounding Demigon. So, pitch this, buff, your next attack gets Go Again. Plunder Run. So this is for 3 Go Again, and then I get the Shackle Bounding Demigon for 3. And then I get to Revel Thorn here. Yeah, like this is probably the game. Shackle. 4 because of the it's 4 because of the Art of War. The funny part is, like, I probably could have bottomed the Art of War and looked for something else because the extra resource that I used there could have been used into Spellbound Creepers if I found another 0 cost. And if not, I'm just going into the next turn with an Arsenal card. So... And I draw a card here off a Plunder Run, which is really good. So I can actually just Shadow for 2... activate Spellbound Creepers, Revel, then Thorn. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, or it's for 3 actually because of the Art of War. Like, this is, there's so much value here. Like, Plunder Run is just such a good card. I really want to play Plunder Run 5, honestly. Activate Spellbound Creepers. Yep, do that, and then come in for 2, 2, and 4. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, so if he blocks 3 Arcane, it's for 8, so he takes 5 and dies, yeah. And he has nothing else to block with because all of his equipment's 0, so he's just dead here. Feels pretty good. And then you have 2 damage from the Rosetta Thorn, which just kills him. Alright, so our opponent just realized they were dead there, I think. Alright, well, 2 and 2 is, like, not great, but it's also not terrible. I mean, I don't know, like, considering I haven't played Chain in so long, I'm not going to beat myself up too bad about it, but there was definitely mistakes or better lines I could have taken. I have absolutely 0 doubts about that so far this game. I only have 36 cards in my Dash deck. I got to fix that. We'll give our opponent here about 30 more seconds before I just actively call it a day. So it's really funny to me. I keep finding these Dash lists, like, or not just Dash, but like I keep finding all kinds of lists in Blitz that only have like 7 like a weapon and equipment slots. Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, I also find very interesting mixed lists with a lot of stuff, and I don't know. Alright, well, my opponent's obviously not here, and if they are, like, I don't know, they should have been there faster, or said something. Like, there's no real sideboarding decisions to be made in Blitz. Like, you just... Plasma... Oh, weapons and equipment. Okay, now Rhinar joins our game. I mean, against Rhinar, I definitely want to go second. Like, again, maybe it's not correct of me to be always choosing to go second. But just from, like, playing CC so much, I'm just, like, in a mindset of I want to be Senior Stay Puffed. All right. Like the name. I'm just in a mindset where I always want to have the opportunity to gain tempo by going second and being the first one to really take a swing at life totals. A Mandible Claw. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Okay, so... we're going to make a Soul Shackle. We will banish Unhallowed Rites, gain a resource to do so. So we're coming in for 6 and 1 here with Go Again. Soul Reaping is like a really good card. Now, honestly, Soul Reaping, I've always kind of felt like I never really am in a spot where Soul Reaping does me a lot of good. Now, I can't play the Unhallowed Rites from my graveyard or my Banish Zone, I don't think. Well, I mean, if you're willing to throw like all of your equipment on turn 1, then so be it. I'm just gonna have to take one and come in with the Unhallowed Rites here because it's just more damage than Thorn, and I don't think arsenaling the Unhallowed Rites is the right play. I think there are more often than not, I end up in situations where I need more Go Again, and so having a card like that in my arsenal, I just don't think is gonna really get me there. Alright, so the Unhallowed Rites is... so I can throw Husk here, and then my hand is yet again terrible. Maybe I should... I know, because I need... I don't know, man. Like, this is tough. Like, the only thing that's really there is the Unhallowed Rites. I need my Shackle to be good to me. Now, I'm just going to block with Husk here, take 5. I'll go to 14, and then I'll try to make the best out of what I have. Yep, that Shadow Puppetry would have been nice. So let's go Shackle. We'll go Ghostly Visit. Okay, so I've already made a mistake. I definitely should have went Demagon there. So now, okay, so I'm going to go Demagon here and to activate Spellbound Creepers, play Revel, get our action point back, and then Thorn for 2 and 2, and then force our opponent to pitch a card if they want to get rid of Spellbound Creepers. But if I went Bounding Demagon to start, I have all 3 resources, which means I can then activate Spellbound Creepers, play Revel, have 2 action points, and then I can play the Unhallowed Rites. And then I can Thorn, and then I can Arsenal the Bounding Demagon here. But instead, I'm going to end up taking an extra damage and not have an Arsenal. So definitely seeing the downfall of like my mistake cost us 1 life and an Arsenal card, which is essentially a 4-point swing, which is crazy to me. So we're going to activate Spellbound Creepers, play Revel. I mean, I could still play this card if I wanted to. I'm not going to be doing any arcane damage, though. I want to force my opponent to pitch a card here if they want to get rid of my Spellbound Creepers. Because if not, I have an opportunity to make my Spellbound Creepers work next turn. And honestly, Spellbound Creepers is one of the best legendaries in the game. Okay. So they took that and let me keep my Spellbound Creepers.
So they gain a resource. So, I mean, that's just net value. Now you're going to roll Scab Skins and try to get fancy there, buddy. Okay, so Wild Rod has go again. And our opponent intimidates us. I mean, honestly, I don't really think I want to block with anything. Like, I think I'm just going to block 4, take 2. So Shadow Puppetry is really cool because it guarantees that we have a play next turn. So we're at 10, and if they do something that requires us to block, not likely we will. So they're coming in for 8 here. Does this thing have go again? No, so I go to 2 here, and I get to have a pretty sweet turn. Ghostly Visit's pretty good. Is Ghostly Visit just really good, actually? I also need to get the Unhallowed Rites out of there. So, is it... So I have 5 resources, and I need 4. Okay, so I go Ghostly Visit, activate Spellbound Creepers, play Shadow Puppetry, play play the Unholy, Unhallowed thing. Then I play Riftbind and off of the Shackle, and then with my last resource, I come in with Rosetta Thorn. Right? Let's make sure I'm doing this math right. So Ghostly Visit is 1. Riftbind is 1, the Unhallowed Rites is 1, so there's 3, Spellbound Creepers is 1, Rosetta Thorn is 1. Alright, so I'm gonna play this. So Spellbound Creepers is like literally just turned on 2 extra attacks so far this game, which has been quite cracked in my opinion. So we activate this, play Shadow Puppetry. We attack for 5 with an on-hit effect. And even if we don't kill them, I'm guaranteeing that I don't die to the the Blood Debt here. No, I would like to leave Plunder Run in my hand. We'll activate Chain and make a Shackle. We're going to come in for 3 go again because of the Shackle. If they go to 1, it's like they're just dead. And then they have to throw their last card here not to die. So we're going to go to 1, and then we have to kill them next turn. We're going to go to 1, they're going to go to 2, and then we just have to be able to kill them. Like, which shouldn't be that hard. We have 3 Shackles coming, and we know we have a Plunder Run on top. So, plus we've this is the most value I've gotten out of Spellbound Creepers in quite some time. I also haven't played Spellbound Creepers in quite some time, so... Yeah, I was like, so the funny part is if our opponent has a block 2 and if it's a block 2 and a blue, it's actually better for our opponent to pitch the blue. Wow. What were our 3 Shackles? This wow, this is really bad. Like, the fact that none of our 3 Shackles hit was just also really bad. We hit Revel, Sting of Sorcery, and Nimblism. Whew. Alright, so the line that I see off the top of my head is play Nimblism
play Plunder Run, make a Shackle token, play Bounding Demagon for 4, which means we get 2 cards. And then I get to Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2. Which means we can't kill them and we're going to die here. Wow. Yeah, I don't see a better line here because we don't have an attack if we don't. Because we have to pitch the Bounty Demagon to play the Howl here, which leaves us in a pretty awkward spot. Like, because we have no attacks then. We're just not doing anything. So would have been a heck of a time to flip over an Invert Existence. This is so bad. This is just so bad. So, Nimblism, Shackle, Bounding Demagon, 2 and 2. I mean, we have to play the Plunder Run and hope they let it hit. In hopes that we can... I honestly don't even know what we're looking for if that happens. Alright, well, let's play Plunder Run. Let's play Nimblism. 4 go again. Like, even having another blue even, like, makes it to where we have a chance at winning the game. Well, they block with their 2 reds. So if we're going to get out of this, one of their cards has to be like a Gorg Tome, to where they can only block so much of the damage. Yep. And we're gonna die to Blood Debt. Yep. It be that way. So the turn that I took, the turn that I took 8 and went to 2, like I had an insanely good turn and ripped all of their cards from their hand. I shouldn't have blocked with the Spellbound Creepers, because if I'm at 1 higher life there, I'm in a better spot, but if I block with the Spellbound Creepers, I'm not able to do all of that. And I had already blocked with my equipment, so I would have had to give up a card. There was probably a way for me to... Yeah, I don't know. I think I found the most effective turn for for my 5-card hand. I just don't think that it just wasn't good enough, because we needed to be able to kill them that turn, because we took the chance on going to 2, going to 1, and then dying to the Husk. The fact that we whiffed on 3 Shackles and didn't hit like anything was really bad. So if we hit an attack there, we can go Nimblism, play that attack, and if it's a Ghostly Visit or whatever, then Plunder Run. So we play Plunder Run, we play what was the other? We play Nimblism, we play Ghostly Visit, and we're coming in for 7 with on-hit draw. Then even if they block all 3 cards, so yeah, we just needed it to be an extra break point. Yeah, that, or it needed to be a 0-cost card, so I could play Howl from Beyond. So I could go Nimblism, Howl from Beyond, play that card, 1 floating. Or I guess I would have played Plunder Run. Yeah, if it was a 1-cost, I keep the Plunder Run, and if it's a 0-cost, I I play the plunder run just to have the on hit effect, and then I get to come in. So yeah, I took a chance that we would hit on our shackles and we didn't. So oh well. Like 2-3 is not a record that I'm very happy with, obviously, but you know, 'cause I haven't played Chain since it rotated. Last time I played Chain was at the Calling in New Jersey, like back in May. So it was nice to get a little bit of reps in it and kind of get a feel for it. So I'm going to take about a 5-minute break here. When I come back, I'm going to be playing some Dash and Blitz, trying to see if I can figure out how to make Dash work, because I had a tough time at the last couple skirmishes I played out last season. So I'm curious to see if we can find a way to make get some wins with Dash. But thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, short break and we're back here. Let's fix the record. Let's update the stream. Blitz Dash. Hi, y'all. Okay, cool. Let's jump in. Now, I know that I ironically made the comment earlier about not having enough equipment or whatever, but I put in what I could. I think I want to go first against Chain. Honestly. I don't think I really want Hope Merchant's Hood here, but I like everything else the way it's set up. They don't really have on-hit effects, so the blocking with our equipment is just kind of for value. And when I say value, I mean like numerical value. Load the barrel shot, arsenal the throttle, say go. So I can go rotary ram, throttle, high speed impact, use the plasma barrel shot here, and then arsenal the payload. Or I always have the option of blocking with the payload here or the rotary ram. Either one seems decent. I'm happy to take a little bit of damage here. My life total is definitely a resource. I mean, our opponent does have some on-hit effects, so I don't think it's crazy to assume that they're going to... get boosted on the combat chain. Yeah, so I mean, like, rotary ram is a 0 for 3, so it's fine, but it's not great. Soul Shackle. Are they not going to banish anything? I mean... yeah, so they played the Plunder run here, and I have no interest in giving them an extra card to Arsenal here, so it's definitely just going to be blocking. Yeah, we'll boost. We'll hit a payload here. So we're going to come in for 6 because of the Teklo Pounder, which feels pretty good. They're going to throw Carrion Husk almost immediately. You love to see that. Yeah, Barrel Shot's only going to be for 3 here, which is a little disappointing, but at the same time, not the end of the world. Because we want to be using Barrel Shot. So going first actually gave us a really good turn where we were able to load Barrel Shot. Well, they're trying to keep their life total as high as they can. I mean, I could also just start trying to fatigue my opponent. Like, that is one of the upsides of playing Dash, is that you can just fatigue Chain. Now, it is admittedly not very easy to do. I've never really tried to do it in Blitz before, but we would need to... I don't know. I'd need to really, like... I would have needed to not taken 7 here to be on the...
to be on the fatigue plan, and I really just don't think that's where we're at right now. So I'm hoping that the Goliath Gauntlet payload will put us in a pretty good spot. So I just did a blitz game with KO, OTK on turn 1. Billy, I'd like to think that we're friends, and I'm happy for you. But God, the sound of that just gives me cancer a little bit inside, honestly. God. That's awesome, man, and I love that, stuff like that happens, but when stuff happens to that, like when that kind of stuff happens to me, I turn into a salty crybaby very quickly. I mean, this hand is not very good. Guess we'll take the 1 here. Chain could have an insanely good turn. Yeah, so they have Swarming Gloomveil and Bounding Demigod here. So one's a 0 for 3 and one's a 0 for 4 with going in. As long as they have a non-attack action, they can play the Bounding Demigod. So they're going to Bounding Demigod for 4. You know, Sonata Arcanix is something that I wasn't even thinking about. I should be playing in... Should definitely be playing in my chain list. So I'm going to block with Crown here and bottom the Teklo Core to decide what kind of hand this is going to be for us. We're still taking 2. We're going to go to 10. The Gloomveil is going to put us to 7. So it kind of depends on what the rest of their hand looks like. So I get to throttle for 10 and then payload for 6. So technically they don't have to block with any cards from their hand. And I get to block with a zipper hit here and put a high speed impact and another zipper hit on the bottom. So pitching a blue would have saved us 3 damage here. There is actually an attack action and a non-attack action in my deck. So as long as they determine that they're going to use Rosetta Thorn, which there's I don't know what my opponent's going to do, but they're using Rosetta Thorn, there's a very high chance they're going to block it. We're going to block 1. I'm going to block and take 3 and go to 6 here. Yeah, so I mean, I get to load the barrel shot so it's ready for next turn. And then... Yep, so we get to pitch this to load the barrel shot, crack Goliath Gauntlet, and come in for 10 go again. Now, the idea of taking 10 here, I would kind of be blown away if it's something our opponent did. If they go low enough, we can consider using the Achilles Accelerator to barrel shot, because it'll be for 2. which will get an extra card out of their hand, but it is a risky proposition at best to do that because then we have no AB and Thorn activation plus so Grasp activation plus Thorn activation kills us. So they take 7, go to 7. Unless they have like a Sink Below or something. A lot of lists actually randomly play a Sink Below. 6 Dominate. If they block 3, that means they'll take 3 here and go to 4. Okay, so we're going to get a card out of their hand here, which is kind of nice. Which means they can do less with their shackle flips, and they can... And considering they only have 2 cards in hand, the only way they can kill us here is by having Sonata. It's just not possible to play an attack and a non-attack action and Thorn me. At least not that I'm aware of. Well, I guess with Chain it's actually different. Oh, they whiffed on their shackles, so they either kill us or they're dead. We have no AB, but our hand does block 12. So if all they can do is, like, even if they can, like, they had to hit an attack there or a non-attack because, so if they have Shadow Puppetry in hand and they hit a 1 cost, they could Thorn, but they still can't activate Grasp. Yeah, I don't know what us dying looks like here. Okay. And then if they have another attack action here, we'll block. Like, we have 9 block left. And now they're going to die to their own Husk. They made the... So it's weird because I don't want to say that they made the same mistake I did last game, because I don't really feel like it was a mistake. I took a chance that I would hit virtually anything off of my shackles, and I didn't, and it just happened to my opponent. So, like, a little bit of an unfortunate circumstance for our opponent, but they did decide to take a lot. They decided to take the entire throttle there, so... I don't know, like left us in a spot where, or they decided to take the entire payload, which put them to 6, and then they were left in a spot where they just didn't really have anything to do. So when I look at dash equipment, I have this for like KO and or Reinar, so that I can reroll their reroll. This is for anything I want to race. This is for like Bravo or Guardian matchups. And then this is for Wizard matchups. And so, yeah, I like having the 2 blocks, the Crown and the Technical Foundry Heart. Hope Merchant's Hood was just honestly in the deck that I found. I have no idea what matchup I'll ever want that in, honestly. So I'll probably just cut it for something else. And then Visiatronic model is really good. Visiatronic model just says AB2 basically. So I have AB4. I was like, I think I'm going second, so I think I want the... Teklo Core. Like, Teklo Core, there's just so much value in Teklo Core when you're going second with this deck. Like, Teklo Core just, like, basically provides free barrel shots, and you get to have your hand anyway. Like, has passed the turn, beginning of the end step. Okay, so I have 2 resources. So I think I'm just gonna load the barrel shot. And then oh, my opponent thought it was just like free for no reason. Interesting. So we'll come in for 4. Go again with the on-hit dominate here. Okay. We're going to go 5, go again off of the zipper hits. I'm going to go 2, get an equipment. Not that it matters. Like, nothing they... Like, this has blade break, but it doesn't matter. They go to 9. And then they're going to... Like, and then I'm coming in for 4 here with the barrel shot. I'm pretty perplexed by my opponent to take... Okay. Literally everything I did that turn. Interesting. So I can basically block with the Spark of Genius here and have a pretty good turn. Alright, now our opponent's making stuff happen here. Allows you to banish, gives the next attack action this turn, go again, and banish and draw 2 cards. Like, I'm not sleeping on Azalea. Like, I'm really not. The other option we have is to block with 0 to 60 and Spark of Genius. And then we can use the Teklo Core to... And you have no cards in your arsenal, you may load 1 face down. So I am going to go here and here. I'm going to keep my cards in my hand. I like the idea of having the blue to be able to payload and barrel shot in the same turn. Would be pretty solid, I feel like. So... Let's see, turn a face down card in your arsenal, face 1, opt 1, go again. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, the Pathing Helix, like, I just really don't want them to reload, honestly. It's kind of where I'm at. Now, if they attack with something else, like if they attack with the one that says, like, you lose, like, Searing Shot, like, you lose a life kind of thing, I'm not really inclined to care about that. I mean, they also have Snapdragons to give something go again, but I do have my entire life total to play with here. So I really don't want to block this, but they get to reload. I know it has go again because it has higher power, but I don't know, like... So the cool thing is that even if they have red in the ledger here, red in the ledger, which it appears they do not. Man, I'm going to take 5 here. They're going to Snapdragons, and then they're going to... Okay. So we have our 2 resources. So yeah, so they wanted the Snapdragons. I was like, there's no way that they're not Snapdragons here. Like, they're not. That they're not going to use Snapdragons here. All right. Like, I understand that in real life this wouldn't have been a problem. Then they pitch Ravenous Rabble to play 3 of a kind, so they can only play cards from their arsenal. So now they have to activate. Put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck. If you do, the top card. Oh, so they're just memeing. So yeah, let's come in for 3. I'm going to get your equipment out of the way right here because it has to block. And then I'm going to come in for 8 dominate. Which is pretty solid. Like, they could have, if you have no cards in your arsenal, you may put an arrow card from your hand face up into your arsenal. If you do draw a card, go again. Like, so they could have used Death Dealer there instead of just like doing nothing. I mean, I don't know. My opponent just said sad. Oh man. I mean, I enjoy somebody who has a good sense of humor. Like, our opponent talked the whole time, like it was saying stuff. Like, never a good opponent. Like, and I always say that kind of stuff. Like, not that people who don't talk during games are bad opponents. I just don't really. Just don't really. I don't know. Like, it's just nice to see people who like to talk and and like to cut up. Like, that's one thing that I feel like a lot of the Magic community didn't really do a lot, is there wasn't a lot of haha, like humor kind of stuff. And I feel like you really get a lot of that in in Flesh and Blood. So our hand's honestly not bad because we can spark. Like, we could decide to spark if we wanted to. Use that and Accelerator to keep the turn going. I mean, honestly, my initial reaction is that I want to block with the Spark and that I want to draw like a 2-drop here where I can, like, I want to draw a Throttle or something. But I'm more than likely just going to have to block with my entire hand. Like, the odds of me, I'm probably going to keep the, I'm going to keep the Tekla Core because it doesn't block. But besides that, I don't see myself keeping anything. I'm gonna block with the high speed impact before I block with the 0 to 60, just off of the back that it is better. Yeah, so this is one of those weird ones. I'm just gonna take one here. They'll probably Ember Blade me here, if I had to guess. I'm going to block with high-speed impact. Zero to 60 is just such a good card. Like, I hate taking damage on turn 1, but like, or on turn 0, but I mean, like, I don't know, like, I hate starting the game at 15, but like 0 to 60 is just one of the best going rate cards in my deck. So this is an awesome hand because we get to Barrel Shot. We get to crack Goliath Gauntlet here. Oh yeah, let's boost. So we're going to come in for 6, go again, and on hit +3. The thing I love about Combustible Courier is that it's just virtually a 2 for 9. Like, the card is just so good. There's just so much value in playing Combustible Courier. So they are going to block 6. So I'm gonna play all of my cards here because barrel shot just gets better the more we play stuff. Hey, Mom, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. We'll come in for 4 here. Our opponent's going to go to 11, and then we're going to come in for 4 more with the barrel shot. Like, Dash can have very explosive hands, and this is why I wanted to go second, because I'm putting myself in a situation where I have the ability to just kind of have a bonkers turn. Like, now, again, I took 5 to kind of start the game here, but they're gonna give me mask. Hey, I like totally okay with that exchange. Now, the downfall here is that if we ever draw like a maximum velocity, we're just not in a very good spot, but... So considering they don't have mask, I'm kind of like just going to take this whole hand. Now, Vest of the First Fist does give them a decent option here. So I have Barrel Shot for free, and then I have... Zipper Hit, Throttle, or actually I have High Speed Impact, Activate Tekla Foundry Heart, and then I have Zipper Hit, Throttle, Barrel Shot for 3. So it's going to be 5, 9, 13, 16 point turn. Like, it's really not bad at all. They have 2 resources. Like, there's no mask, there's no nothing to really threaten here, or there's no anything, they're not threatening anything. I don't think they process that Blaze Headlong is not Draconic, it's red cards being played, which, to be fair, if you're playing quickly and not paying attention, is something that can happen. And they're very... yeah, I can just tell our opponent just was not thinking there, and they just kind of played themselves. Yeah, so see, our opponent is, like, you can just tell they're confused. Yeah, and see, our opponent just... they're undoing without asking here. So... yeah, like... I mean, it is what it is. Like, I would have rather my opponent have asked before they undone that, because that's kind of one of those play mistakes, but I think we're so far ahead that it honestly just doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to take 4. You have an action point, but there's nothing to do. I mean, they could have played Emberblade and tried to do something, but... so we're going to load the Barrel Shot. Yep, so we're going to come in for 4 go again. I like the idea of having... Yellow Throttle in my deck, because honestly, I'm not really sure... what else I'd play in that spot. So let's go 4 go again. And then we're going to go 5 go again. And then we're going to come in for 3 with the barrel shot. Now, we did get 2 free turns of barrel shot just because of Techlocore, which is insanely awesome. So they block the zipper hit, but don't block that. That's weird, because now this is 5 dominate. Not that I think the dominate is super relevant here, but still, like, it is something to be that's worth mentioning. I ain't worried about it right now. So they block. They go to 2, and then I'm going to barrel shot for 3, which means I'm going to force another card out of their hand. Even if they had played a 3 block, they'd still be... They blocked for 3, they'd taken 2 and went to 3, and then this is still lethal. So I'm leaving my opponent with 1 card here. I'm leaving my opponent with 1 card, and I also have yet to block with my equipment. So even though the scoreboard says I'm up 6, I'm really up 11 because they've blocked with their equipment so far. So I think that, like, wow. All right, so I'm up 12. Like, that's one of the, like, things that I don't like about Ninja is that when you're on the back foot, it's really hard to do anything. So if we go... Is there a Techlocore left in the deck? There's 1 left in the deck, so as long as I don't boost over it, I'm fine. So I can go T-Bone, Spark of Genius for 0. Yeah. Like, the Overloop's not great, but... Or the other option is to not spark, and I get to barrel shot this way. I think I'd rather just do this. So I come in for 3 here. They have to throw their Tide Flippers, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't block anyway, so... Okay, and they're forced to block like that. I'm going to spark for 0 here. Because I can draw a card, pop Accelerator, and just keep on rolling here. And depending on what I draw will tell me what we're going to do with the rest of our turn. Because the fact that they had to block with 2 cards right there has automatically put me ahead. So I'm going to activate Heart, go up to 4. I'm gonna hit the barrel shot 2 times, hit the load the barrel shot, come in with the 0 to 60 for 2. This will get a card out of their hand. They'll have nothing left, and they will die to the Overloop here for 5, but we also had the barrel shot to come in for 3 there if we needed it. So we were going to get there regardless. You have to pass again, buddy.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know how to like private message that person on here. I don't think that's a function that I can do. So I mean, I am gonna like probably post a video of the Dash games. I'm also gonna post a video of the chain games, but I'm gonna post them later this week. I want to be able to like kind of go back and sit down and analyze those games a little bit. Before I post them, because I felt like the games I was losing was like I was losing games just due to the nature of my poor play, if you want the truth. And so I really want a chance to be able to really sit down and watch those games and really reanalyze them before I make a video out of them and post them on YouTube. Because 2-3 is not an impressive record, but you know, honestly, I really like to post my bad videos too. Like, I don't know what my opponent is doing here. Yeah, I mean, I want the game to be over so I can play my next game. So, like, I don't know. Like, maybe they're not paying attention. They don't realize they have priority. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I think I do like the I don't know, I appreciate what my opponent had to say, and I do feel like moderately confident um about the whole dash list as a whole. Oh, somebody joined the game already. Big Sag. Hi, good luck, opponent. This will be interesting. I don't think I've only played against it once, and honestly, I rickrolled this matchup. But I am definitely going to go first here. Yeah, like the one time I played against this, I rickrolled this matchup. Honestly, it was pretty. It like I've only ever played against it once, and my opponent just wasn't able to set up or really do anything before anything could happen. I mean, so yeah, we'll pitch that. We'll arsenal this and pass. Now, this is an interesting hand. Okay, KO on Talishar is really fun. Are you still rolling people with KO, man? Whew. This is not great. I mean, if they're just playing aggro Prism, like, why can't I have these rolls in our games? Well, don't get them all out of the way, man. You need to save some of those for Friday night so you can get me. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Like, I wasn't, like, this doesn't have go again? No, yeah. It does have go again. It doesn't mean yellow cards have go again. It means illusionist cards have go again. Well, our
opponent is packing heat right here. I mean, I'm gonna go to 10. I wish I had a popper here, but I'm gonna make do with what I got. Now, my turn is pretty effective. Yeah, I'm gonna boost. So I'm gonna come in for 8 here with Combustible Courier. And then I'm going to come in for 3 here. Now, they're probably just going to throw this in front of the... They're going to throw the footsteps in front of this and pay the 1. So they're going to go to 18 here. Swing big, win for 20. Win for 20. Oh, my gosh, dude. That is... Like, that's so incredibly just unfair. Like, that honestly just sounds like cheating to me. Like, when you describe that to me, that just sounds ridiculous. And let's go barrel shot. So we'll barrel shot for 3. We put our opponent to 15. We're going to arsenal our other Combustible Courier. There is no way to do it all here, sadly. Big Sag. So we go Combustible Courier for 6. And then we go Heart into High Speed Impact, Arsenal to maximum velocity. Like, hitting both of our Combustible Couriers early is really solid for us. What do you mean unfair? I just Bellowing Mirage into a 6 with ready to roll. It's luck. I mean, listen. I'm just saying. Like, luck or not, it's broken. Oh, the fact that they can just Soul Shield this is pretty good. So... I mean, the idea of getting maximum velocity off is awesome, but I don't know how to consistently make that happen here. Straight up. Like, without, like, if I had a Teklo core out, I'd just jam it. I'd just say, okay, like, stop me. Like, I would just, like, but now I'm going to Arsenal the High Speed Impact, and, oh, of course, I hit another 0. That was... Like, I think it's right to boost here because I'm forcing my opponent to decide what they want to do.
What does the right bumper do?
Alright, so my opponent's trying to fatigue me here, so... I'm still going to Arsenal the High Speed Impact. So... Ode to Wrath is really good because it's 1+1, which means we take 2 and go to 8 here.
So when I'm triggering, am I shooting bullets or am I healing? Yeah.
See, this is tough because... So I can... Load barrel shot with this. Pitch maximum velocity to high speed impact. Pitch zipper hit to overloop for 5. So it's going to be for 9 and then for 3. It's actually going to be for, so it's for 12, which means it's really going to be for 14. Okay, so I think the better option here. Yeah, so I like this option a lot better. We're going to come in for 7. God, stop boosting over those zeros. Good lord. We need those in our deck. Obviously, my deck didn't get the memo, though. Bro, like, what? Okay, so... Alright, so we're coming in for 7. I mean, now our opponent, like, I don't even know what they undid. So... I'm going to spark for 0 here. I'm going to pop Accelerator to gain an action point. And then I'm going to high-speed impact the Arclight Sentinel with the payload by pitching the payload. No, I'm not going to boost. So that ends my turn. I'm going to Arsenal maximum velocity. And then... So I could block this and put maximum velocity on the bottom. Or I take 1 here. Or I take 2, actually. I go to 8. And then I go... So then I get to go T-Bone, Zipper Hit, 0 to 60, activate this, come in for 10. And then Arsenal maximum velocity number 2. I mean... It does not sound bad to me. I mean, if they have another Arclight Sentinel to flash in here, then I'm in pretty bad shape, but that's really about as bad as it gets for me. All right, looks like my opponent's thinking here. I was like, man, they are really in the tank about this. We will attack them for 2 with a T-Bone. Intertesting. So they block with Crown. We come in for 5. All right, well, we boosted over a Spark of Genius. We hit Techlocore Payload. And we come in for 10 here. which is pretty solid. They block 5, take 5. Or no, they're going to block with their Tunic. So they're going to take 4, go to 2. We'll Arsenal this one. I mean, this hand, like, Omega has it. So, we're... Alright, so we have the 2 resources.
I'm booping them hardcore.
Harley's booping somebody. So...
Oh no!
We put a high-speed impact on the bottom. If we draw a red payload, we're still fine. I'm just gonna go to 6 here. This hand is good enough to like push the game over the edge. So let's see. Lowe's this, and then this, and this. So we're loading the barrel shot for in case there is another turn. Let's go ahead and get Phantasmal Footsteps out of the way. So if they don't want to pitch a card to block here, like, that's fine. But we're getting it out of the way. Oh, yeah, see, that's like... That is like magic Christmas land for us. So we'll come in for 3, go again here. Like, the fact that we got 2 maximum velocities off this game is just absolutely insane. I mean, we boosted over a lot of our red cards this game, so it's good that we did see them and were able to play them. Yeah, so like it's really good that we did see them. We boosted over a lot of red cards. Now we boosted quite a bit, but this matchup is not exactly one that I would define as close. This is a very favored matchup for us, I feel like. So they're still going to take 6 here even after the Spectral Shield. So GG to our opponent. Sorry, man. I don't have time for a rematch. I wish I did. Yeah, so, I mean, 4-0 with the Dash deck. So, I went from a 2-3 with the Chain deck to a 4-0 with the Dash deck. Like, feels pretty good to be 4-0 with Dash. It's funny because I felt like I had a better chance of winning games tonight with Chain. Now, I think as time progresses, that statement will stand to be more true. Because I think Chain is just a really good deck, and I honestly think it's got a pretty decent spot in the metagame right now. But Chain is one of those decks that, like, it's hard to play against Fatigue. Like, it's hard to play against the right matchup, so it takes a little bit to be good with the deck, and I don't hide from that or run from that at all. So, well, anyway, all right. Well, that was the stream for the night, guys. If you come by and hung out, I really appreciate you guys coming by and keeping me company. I'll be back tomorrow night. We're playing a little bit more Talishar, trying to get some more testing in and just kind of continuing my little like series of improving during the off season. My series is not a series, but anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.